Okay, can everybody hear me now? Holy crap, what is going on with me? Okay, I had to, first of all, Carol, I'm so glad that you said that because you won last week, you won the Rainbow Moonstone. So that's what I was saying. I went through I'm kind of glad you guys couldn't hear all that. I was kind of like doing some weird stuff. We went on a trip this weekend to the Polar Express and we got back late last night, and so I was just trying to like catch up today. But the boys were out of school today for a digital learning day, so I didn't really get to like catch up work properly. So it's just been kind of crazy. And then I didn't bring my makeup that I took with me on the trip. I didn't bring it back down to my office, so I had to use all of my leftover makeup, the stuff that's almost empty, to like put my makeup on tonight. So my lipstick is crazy. What is this? Is this like orange? It's insane. And I don't know if it's just because it's a reflection off of the shirt, but then I had to change my shirt at the last minute because, I mean, you guys have never seen me without cat hair on me, but the shirt that I was wearing was like covered in cat hair. It was insane. It's crazy. So, just checking in. Hello, mouse. With everyone. Hope y'all had a great holiday, because like 90% of the people that listen to me that are subscribed to the channel are in the US. So, good to see everybody. So that being said, I want to talk about animals tonight. So I talked to one of my clients. I sent you an email, but it came back. We'll try again tomorrow. Okay, hold on, Carol. Let me make sure, because sometimes I mess up when I type in the email. It is jennifer.metaphysicalroundtable@gmail.com. So it's this email that is on the screen. Okay. Let's see if I can make this a little bit clearer. Okay, there. So it's this email that's on the screen, and I could have typed it in very poorly when I was typing it in on YouTube, but I was like, I'm not sure if I have your email address. So I wanted to make sure that I was like, okay, that you won, here's the email address. So this is like with everything spelled right, and sometimes when I'm typing in quickly on like YouTube comments, I'll misspell things and I look like a crazy person. So anyway, all right. So today I had a conversation with one of my clients, and she was telling me about this thing that she does, which I love it. And I immediately was like, you know what? We're going to talk about that tonight on Metaphysical Practices. And I'm just like, this just would be so great. So she was telling me that what she does every now and then when she's feeling really weird, or she's feeling like insecure, or just unsure of herself or whatever, she will just sit and meditate and think, like, what animal do I feel like? And I was like, okay, I'm not with you, but like, keep going. And she maintains, and I do believe her, she maintains that this is a biblical thing, because if you are feeling more like the lamb than the lion, then you're feeling more vulnerable. You're feeling more like the prey. Whereas the lion is, the predator. And she goes, just think about it, because, they call it the Lion of Judea. Is that correct? I think that is the correct way to say that. And I need something to prop this up because I cannot see. I have to have my phone on so that I can see the comments on Facebook, because I can, like, on my window my screen, I can only have up YouTube, and then the comments on Facebook are down here. So anyway, so she's talking about all this stuff with animals, and I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting. And she was like, okay, what animal do you see around me right now? And I was like, well, honestly, I said, I see you more as like a porcupine. And she was just like, really? And I said, yeah, like, really cute, like cute little face. But then, you know, you are very protective of yourself. You have a protective mechanism of just like, no, don't come near me or I'll quill you, because the porcupine quills they're uncomfortable. I've not had them quill me, but a dog. So yeah, they're uncomfortable. So when we look at that and we start thinking about animals, I want you to see, because we're not talking about power animals or totem animals tonight, or spirit animals even, but I just want you to think about how metaphysical or spiritual things are closely tied in with animals. And here's a couple of examples. First of all, I have this lovely deck of cards. This one's never been opened, so I'm not opening that one. But here's the open product, animal spirit cards. Guess what the next one is? Spirit Animal Oracle. Yet another one, right? Old Colette Baron Reed is in this too. Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Yep. Oh, don't leave out. These are the best ones, honestly. Medicine cards, and it's all animals. And honestly, this is the best book. If you find these cards, and even if you don't love the cards, the book is so full of information. It's awesome. Then we have animal messages. Now, this isn't even half. It's not even half of the animal cards that I have in my collection or in ones that I sell. It's intense, okay? So all kinds of practitioners, shamans, witches, Wiccans, they all have some sort of animal tie. Look, I have these, I can't do this, I'm backwards. These animal prints over here, those are my personal spirit animals. Those are my totem animals, okay? Spirit and totem, yeah. Then I have this one here that is a mouse, because that is my lunar sign. That is my Chinese zodiac sign. So, I do have an affection. Hello, Kelsey. Mouse. And then I have a cat named Mouse. I mean, what are you going to do with me? Then we have books. Stephen Farmer, by the way, also has a deck of cards of animals. Yeah. And this is the Shaman's Guide to Power Animals. I think I've talked about that before, this book before on one of my shows. But this is truly what's going on? My screen just froze. This is truly some amazing stuff. And I just want to say, there is a huge amount of people out there connecting to animals, all right? There are readers out there that specifically read your spirit animals. They read your animal guides. If you're looking to connect with past pets, there are wonderful practitioners out there that do that. One lady that I used to work with, and she's read for animals for me. Mouse, please, you're stepping on the keyboard, buddy. I mean, he's so cute. What am I supposed to do here? So, she is wonderful, and I can share her information. She does animal readings all the time. She's really, really good. I think she's based out of New Jersey now, because the last time because I follow her, she had moved. So I can absolutely share her information if you guys are interested in that. And I think I can share her page on my page. on Facebook. I'm not 100% sure, but if not, I will make a post and just share her information. She's pretty cool. So, when I was talking to my client, and she was like the first client I had this morning, and she was telling me that this is what she does, and that she was like, I just sit down and I really just meditate on an animal, and then I research it and just go, okay, how do I feel? What is this that I feel? And so then she was like, okay, well, I want to be more of not like an aggressive predator, but I want to be more of a predator. And I was like, oh, okay, like a fox or a coyote. And she was like, kinda, yeah. And then she texts me back like hours later and she was like, I know now why you came up with a fox or a coyote, because they are not exactly pack animals. They're sort of solo animals. They don't always travel in packs. If they travel together, it's usually just like one or two, like a couple of them together. It's not like, like a pack of wolves, it's not like a whole pack. And then she said she was talking to someone else and they were like, oh, I felt really connected with apes lately. And she said that she had this person, she was like, well, look up and see what it is, like what makes apes aggressive or something like that. And it was when someone was encroaching on their territory. The person that she was talking to is literally going through some like tumultuous stuff with her business because there are a lot of people trying to copy her. There's a lot of people out there like copying things that she has created. And so she's having to go through like all this sort of she's starting out legally, which is a good thing. She's starting out going, okay, you can't do this. And she's trying to be like kind of nice. But for me, when she said that she had been like connecting with the ape, like as a general rule lately, I was like, she needs to be more aggressive. She needs to be more aggressive. So I told like my client that in a text. I was like, that's what I think like your friend should be. Again, she texted me back after 6 o'clock and she said, yes, that is exactly what her attorney said, that they have to be more aggressive because that is the only way to stop someone from truly stealing your stuff. So I'm telling you all this to say, like, when we are in, especially when we're in this particular season that we're in right now. And I know I've mentioned this like 800 million times on like the numerology videos, but we are ending a 9-year. This month is the last month in a 9-year, but it's the last month in a 9-year cycle. So I think for some of us, moving into a 1 year, moving into new beginnings and moving into a space where we are like, we're in a place where we could really be like chasing our dreams, or we could really be setting ourselves up to say, this is something I truly want. This is what I want to work towards. This is like, this is where I want to go. And you're starting to follow a new path. You're starting to follow like a new journey because that's the 1 year. It's the Genesis. And it's a very trailblazing, like, it's a trailblazing time. And during a 1 year or during a 1 month or whatever, we really are in a place of receiving. We receive a lot of inspiration during this time. We receive a lot where it's just like, okay, we can do this. We can make this happen. So I think that a lot of us start feeling really insecure during that time. And that is one of the shadow sides of that one vibration is insecurity, doubt, and I forgot. Because, well, you would think after like 20 years of studying numerology that I would have the shit memorized, but I don't. But it's like insecurity, doubt, and yeah. It'll come to me. I don't know. Is this menopause? What is this? So I'm telling you that this is an awesome time for us. It's a time of us to let go, and it's a time of transition for us, and really moving into this 1 year and into this next 9-year cycle with a lot of courage and just saying, I can do this. I can do this. And it is challenging. It is. And moving into a 1 year is not just like, I'm making it sound so easy, but it's not. It's not. It's scary as hell. And because, like, none of us, especially Virgos with a Capricorn rising, we like our routine, damn it. Don't mess with that. So it's really hard to move into this 1 year and just go, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But I do say that. I do say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I was just like, let's sit back today and think about like how we are feeling currently. What is it that's going on with us? And do we feel like the predator or do we feel like the prey? I mean, do you feel like, I don't know, like you're in a space of growth, or do you feel like you're in a space of, I need to be aggressive to get what I want, or I need to be defending myself? And think about it, like all of these animals that could be prey have some sort of defense mechanism, right? I mean, I just was talking about porcupines, but you don't see a lot of cheetahs go after an elephant. That's a pretty substantial animal to like go after. So you see the cheetah or the lion or the tiger or whatever go after like the weak member of the herd, right? So how do you feel? Do you feel like the cheetah or do you feel like the weak gazelle in that scenario? And start thinking about those animals that do have defense mechanisms. Like the octopus. Oh my gosh, the squid with the ink, spraying ink. Yeah. There's a lot of things out there with the defense mechanism to protect itself. And think about the reason why they say, mama bear energy is because bears are pretty defensive of their young. I mean, most animals are, for that matter. But, okay, I'm just knocking shit down now. But most animals are pretty defensive of their young, but there are some that just like give birth and walk away. I mean, it just happens. I guess there are just some things in nature that's just the way it is, right? And so when you sit back, like, you're like, okay, how do I feel? Defenseless? Do I feel, see, I pulled these notes out so that I can tell you for real. Isolation is the other main, there's a lot of other, shadow effects to the one, but isolation, insecurity, and doubt are the top three. I mean, really. But isolation. So there are a lot of animals that do prefer isolation, and they have a lot of defense mechanisms to keep themselves well hidden, right? Keeping themselves well hidden from predators. And I think mice scurry along at night, but they blend into the undergrowth because they're hiding from like hawks and owls and stuff that have like night vision. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And of course snakes, because snakes are after them. Like chameleons, they try to blend into their environment. There's a lot of animals that can really mask themselves and blend in quite well. Again, the octopus, I just keep coming up with that. Sorry. I'm tired of being told I need to find a community to be a part of. Okay, so, here's a good one. Kelsey. Kelsey is probably like that lone coyote, that lone, lone fox. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If she's not interested in being a part of something, being a part of a group, and she's like absolutely happy on her own, then don't mess with her. Don't like, don't aggravate a situation that doesn't need it. Do you see what I'm saying? And if that's what makes her happy, then why does it bother you? And I really do feel like everyone is different. I truly do. Because some of us just need, like, we just need time alone. We don't need to be alone all the time. But Kelsey, and I think I may have mentioned this before, Kelsey is the most Pisces that ever lived. So, I could kind of see where she would want to be alone, especially because Saturn's been in her biggest sign for the last 2.5 years, and Neptune for the last 14 years. So, and North Node is currently there. It's a lot going on in little Pisces right now. That being said, you don't know what may happen in the future. Something may come along and jump into Pisces, and Kelsey may be like, yeah, I'm ready to get out and mix and mingle. We don't know. There's different seasons, things happen like differently all the time. I gotta tell you, Saturn being in Pisces has been a really hard transit for me. I mean, seriously, it has been a really difficult transit for me. I don't know if it's because one of my rulers is Saturn. I don't know if it's because that is in opposition to my sun sign, but the last few years have just been a beast. I mean, I've just been like, what is happening? Are you kidding me? So personally, I'm ready for Saturn to get on out of Pisces and move into Aries. I know it's going to be a little bit difficult to deal with, but god dang, I mean, I'm ready for a change. So, we'll just see what happens. Okay. So, here's what I want you guys to do. I'm assigning homework. So, I want you guys to do this. Sit down, meditate, and really feel like how you feel about, and you're going to have different animals, different situations here, okay? How you feel about your relationships, how you feel about your work, how you feel about your home, how you feel about just life in general. These could be 4 different animals, I'm just letting you know. But when we start with the top 3, what everybody is always wanting to know about, they're always wanting to know about their relationships, they're wanting to know about their jobs, and they're wanting to know about their home. So when we're focused on those top 3, sit back and meditate and just be like, how do I feel about this? How am I feeling about this particular area of my life? And what animal comes to the surface? Write it down, okay? And then once you've gone through all 3 and you've really focused in, and you don't have to do this for an hour. You don't have to meditate on this for an hour unless you just have that kind of time. And I don't have that kind of time. I mean, I have got 1,000,000 cats, 3 dogs, and 3 Marquez men in that house that constantly need care and attention. And we're not even going to start on the laundry and the dishes. We're not going to start on the dog hair that is polluting all the vents in my house right now. But we're just going to focus on this, okay? For 5 to 10 minutes and write down your animals, okay? Sit back, write down your animals, and then start Googling them. And we're not Googling them necessarily on a spiritual level. We can. However, I think that you need to just do a Wikipedia search, or just I don't know, the Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Do they still have that? I don't know. David Attenborough, whatever. Get out there, look at that animal, and see if it fits that situation. Because I was looking at myself when I was thinking about like my home, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I just kept coming up with different kinds of bees." And I went, that kind of makes sense because I do feel like I am busy all the time. Like I am constantly moving from like one flower to the next and gathering and just like going for the good of the hive. Where am I at in that? I felt like I was just a worker bee. Now, I will tell you the reason why I felt that way is because, again, we just got back from a trip. And there were several times on this trip that all 3 of the Marquez men were talking to me at one time. At one time. And I'm like, y'all, come on now. And finally, I was just like, okay, I'm going to start yelling. If y'all don't like pay attention, the other one is talking. But everybody was just like, oh, no, I need her attention right this red hot second. And I was like, okay, we're going to be all right. I'm not going to lose it because we're in a public place in a different state. And I was like, I can't get arrested here for like going off on these people that I'm related to, married to, and have given birth to. Yeah. I get that connections are good to have, but it's been driving me nuts that people have been telling me to find a group for a few months now. And a partridge in a pear tree. Oh my gosh, mine is ladybugs. Oh, okay. I would like to know about ladybugs. You know what? Ladybugs, people like to have ladybugs in their gardens because they discourage pests. Let's just see, shall we? I mean, really, ladybugs do. They get the pests out of your gardens. Because as someone who likes gardening, the ladybugs are my friends. Let's just look. Ladybug. The insect. Okay. Wikipedia. Wikipedia says, what is this? Wikipedia was just a dream. Oh, they want me to donate. Okay. Okay. Is a widespread family of small beetles. They are known as ladybirds in the United Kingdom. More than 6,000 described species. Very interesting. Very diverse. Let's see. They are carnivorous predators, preying on insects such as aphids and scale insects. Scale insects are okay, what is going on here? They are beneficial, yes, and they eat aphids. They are very beneficial. So this is not the evil Asian lady beetles. Like that. Oh my gosh. Not the evil Asian lady beetles. Okay. It is really great. It is, that is a fantastic thing. The ladybugs, very good. I mean, what else? I'm trying to read everything all at once. We don't need to know about, oh, there are some that are yellow. There's some that are yellow with black spots. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. This is really cool. I like the ladybug. I like that. So I think that I think there is like a lot of interesting things that can go on here. I just felt like I was being pulled in all directions at once. And I was like, maybe I just feel real busy. I don't know. I mean, but the bee was coming to me and I was like, But I also just kept going. I feel like I need to have some time. Like I need to go almost into hibernation, but not quite. I don't need that much time alone, but I feel like I need some time. So, because when I kept like thinking about this, I was like, "Oh, yeah. I need a minute. I need a minute to myself." Because at least for the past week since, the boys have been out of school, that's fine. But I haven't had that much time like alone. And the things that I usually do alone, like shopping or just having my coffee in the morning, because I take the children to school, I come back home, I have my coffee. Sometimes I have my coffee in the car, in the parking lot at the school. You guys have seen those videos, right? And sometimes I have it in the like driveway of my own house. I'm not kidding. I just want to be in a warm, cozy place, drinking my coffee. I don't want to drink it right now because I will not be able to go to sleep tonight. But I just like need that time, and I haven't had any time like really by myself in like the last week. So it's not a bad thing. It's just holiday week, and shit gets weird. It does. Don't tell me it doesn't get weird during a holiday for y'all, because I don't think that's true. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying I don't think that's true. Now, so again, your homework this week is for you to sit and meditate and just think about your home, your relationships, whatever they may be, whether they're with a partner, a life partner, or whether they're with your kids or your family or your animals. Mercury, please don't jump there. Thank you. Yeah, you can come over here. Whatever it may be, whatever relationships that you have, focus on that. Then I also want you to like meditate on your work. And again, whatever that may be. If it's a hobby, if it's like, you work for somebody, you work for yourself, or you're looking for work, whatever it is, meditate on that and look at the animals that come up during your meditation. Look at the animals that come up with that. Now, my client, the one that I had first thing this morning, said that she really spends a lot of time in prayer doing this. She is very much a devout Christian. I just love her. She's amazing. I've been reading with her for, I don't know, like 7 or 8 years or something. So, and I believe in every religion. Spot on. But I do think that it's important for us to sit back and listen to what Spirit is guiding us to. If we keep repeatedly thinking about an animal, then look it up and see what the internet, what Wikipedia, what Google says about that animal. And then if you still feel like you need more answer, then look in some of these like books, or oh my gosh, Google does this thing now where you can actually look up the metaphysical or the spiritual meaning of things. Again, one of my clients was telling me that I could do that with my crystals. And I was like, that's great, but I really like telling people like where they can find this information, because I usually get the information for like the crystal of the month. I usually pull that information from books, from like even card decks that I have, and I pull it from like websites that I'm like, hey, go check out this website. So I always list that in the description, below the video, so that if you want to go check out that website, maybe I didn't include something that was particularly important to you, from the book or from the website or whatever, you can go and investigate that, yourself, because I'm clearly not going to include like every little thing about the tiger's eye when I am talking about that in a brief overview of the numerology for the month. So that's why I include and say, hey, this is where I got, part of this information from, and you can go check it out. It's the same with the spirit animals, but you can Google it, and like, I guess there's an AI part of Google now that you can put in spirit or spiritual or metaphysical meaning for the animal blank, and then go to it. Stephen Farmer has a great book. This is a fantastic book on spirit animals. I've had this book forever. I love it. Don't even know when this bad boy was printed, and I've already put my glasses down so I can't see. Yeah, this has been a minute since this one was printed. Because I don't know. 2012. So I just remember being really excited about this. It's an awesome book. Again, Stephen Farmer also has card decks out there. But really, if you find this deck, this book is phenomenal. It really is. A lot of information on animals in this book. It is just so awesome. It's so amazing. Seriously, I like cat hair stuck to this. I mean, I think they just rub up against everything. But this book really is, it is chock full of information. Look, I've even, like, there are pages that I've already marked in here. So, oh yeah, like the turtle alone has like 2.5 pages on it. And it really is good information. The wolf, 2 pages. I mean, it really is amazing information if you are looking for this. I should do a whole review on just cards with animals in them. I mean, that really would make sense. But they're beautiful cards, but these are also, like, it's an awesome book just by itself. So, there you have that. I highly recommend this exercise. I think it would be good for all of us. I think that it would really just be a way for you to connect and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. What animal is this like representation? What is this representing? What kind of representation does this animal, like, do I need to know about this? Because when I told my client, I was like, it's kind of like a porcupine. And then after a while, she was like, yeah, I get that, because she has been so defensive. She's been so defensive, and she's kind of had to be, just because of situations that she's been in, and she's just been very defensive. But I get it. I get why people want to come after her, because she's just so cute and small, and then people come after her, and that's a bite that stings, I mean, that's not something, well, it's not a bite, it's quills, but that's something that is like really painful for people, and they they get really into that, they learn a lesson, in other words. What is the name? This one? This one is Spirit Animals by Stephen Farmer. And this is a card deck that is medicine cards, the discovery of power through the ways of animals, and it is by Jamie Sams and David Carson. It's a beautiful deck too. So I should probably use that on one of my videos. Anyway, again, we've got the Animal Spirit cards by Kim Crayons. I love some of her stuff. Like, so many interesting things come out of here. Spirit Animal Oracle by Frederick Caliendes. I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name wrong, but this is a beautiful deck. Animal Messages by Sue Green. See if I can get the non-shiny version of that. Animal Messages. Colette Baron Reed, which is a Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Really, come on. There we go. Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Colette Baron Reed really has a ton of stuff. I mean, she really does. And, of course, the Shaman's Guide to Power Animals. So these are wonderful resources. These are all things that, I have, like, in my office, and, like, some of the card decks are ones that I sell. Some are ones that I have. The Colette Baron Reed ones, I have an open deck here somewhere, and I just couldn't find them. It's been a little disorganized today. I mean, really. I have been biting back lately, and people are surprised. Really? That is interesting. That is very interesting there, Kelsey. I mean, I think that people don't expect Pisces to be, like, snippy. But yeah, one of my grandmothers was a Pisces, and girl, that was a Pisces you did not want to mess with. She would have messed you up. And, my other grandmother was an Aquarius. Oh my gosh. It's just too much. Just too much. I just want to make sure I'm, like, answering. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? I want to stress the importance of animals in our spiritual and metaphysical lives. But I also want to stress the importance that, like, if we're seeing an animal, if we're dreaming about an animal, if we keep thinking about, like, an animal all the time, look it up. Look it up. Is that how you're feeling? Is it a spirit animal that's coming to you? What is it? Look it up. Look it up and see what Wikipedia says. See what Google says. And look up the spiritual and the metaphysical meaning as well. But let's start with, is this a predator or is it prey? Is it a defense? Is it a defensive animal? Or is it like an aggressive animal? I mean, really look at it. Alligators don't really need a defense mechanism, right? I mean, a crocodile and an alligator, no, they're good. I mean, they don't really need a huge defense mechanism, because the only thing that hunts them is people. I mean, think about that. The only thing that hunts them are people. Same with, like, lions and tigers. I mean, no one hunts them but people. There's not another aggressive animal that's more aggressive than them and comes after them, Oh, I can be nasty. A German Pisces. That is hilarious, Kelsey. A German Pisces. That's interesting. Yes. So, like, pay attention. All right? Listen to your guidance, listen to your intuition, and really like sit down and meditate. And I will tell you, if you don't get the answer in like 5 to 10 minutes of meditation on like your home or your relationships or your work or, whatever it is that you're meditating on, then just put it out there and just be like, can you just bring this to me? Bring me the animal that suits this situation in the next, I don't know, 12 hours or 24 hours or whatever. And then just be on the lookout. I've done that with numbers a lot. I mean, I think we've met. I love numerology. And I've asked my guides, like on more than one occasion, hey, if there's something you're wanting me to know, you need to flash these numbers up to me in a way that I will recognize it. And you usually don't see too many tags with the same like 3 digits in a row. And you certainly don't see those numbers like repeated on like receipts and stuff unless you're asking for that. And then all of a sudden you see those same 3 digits on a receipt, on 2 license plates, on an email, and you're like, okay, got it. And then you look it up. That's what I do with numbers. So now I'm going to be practicing this with the animals as well. I don't think that is a bad practice, and I don't think it's like, out of the way. But I will say that one vibration is also like really, or the shadow side is about having a hard time balancing a home and work life, like having a healthy balance there, and delegating. Because the shadow side of that one is, really struggling with delegating because they want to do all of it. And they're sort of micromanagers. It's not bad. I'm a Virgo. I micromanage the hell out of everybody. But at the same time, they in order to have a healthy work-home balance, they do need to delegate more. So that is a struggle for that one vibration. So we're all going to be in that next year. And I just want to say that it is challenging for me to, I work from home, to not work all the time. So I have had to put down some, especially this year, I've really had to put down some boundaries for myself so that I'm not just working all the time. Because a lot of times I would take my kids to school and then I would immediately come to work. And then, mouse, really. And then, I would work like throughout the day. I would still go put laundry in the washing machine and then I would come straight back to work. I would make my lunch and come straight back to work. I may go grocery shopping, but, again, I'm like straight back to work. Put the kids to bed and then I'd be like, you know what? I could work for a couple more hours. I have put up some really strong boundaries with myself this year and just been like, no. Most people work like 40-ish hours a week. What are you doing? You trying to work that in a day? What are you doing? So I really did have to start taking some time out. So now I don't start work until 10 o'clock in the morning. So that gives me time to have my coffee. It gives me time to take a little exercise in. It gives me time if I have doctor's appointments or whatever. So don't start work until 10. Now I also only work late, maybe 2 days a week. Yeah, sometimes 3. But it varies because I have some clients that are in a different time zone than me. So, but that being said, I'm not going to overwork myself into oblivion. And I do feel like there are bees that do that. Yeah. It's just one woman's opinion. I don't know all bee species that easily. So I'm going to try and look up the specific bee species and see if I recognize them. Because, you know, I mean, I'm from Georgia. I know yellow jackets, wasps. I mean, you know, the stuff that I try to kill around my house. Now, the carpenter bees and the honeybees, oh no, we leave those alone. We absolutely leave those alone because those won't really just come after you and sting you for no good reason. But a yellow jacket and a wasp and a hornet, are you kidding me? Yeah. So anyway, I need to look up and see what bee species that I kept seeing. But I hope you guys, I really do hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I hope y'all had a great holiday. I am struggling with a holiday hangover, not from alcohol, but it was exhausting. Yeah, it was good to see my family. It was good to hang out with everybody. But then we immediately went on a trip and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's just tiring. Yeah, but it's all right. It's going to be okay. So, how do you guys like the tiger's eye for this month? The crystal of the month, the tiger's eye. I just thought it was perfect for the end of a 9-year and the end of a 9-year cycle. I thought it was really good. Yeah. Okay, well, let me know what you guys pick up with the animal situation. I'm very interested. Hello. You've really just come here. You just want to be in the shot, don't you? Look, say hey to everybody. Look, say hey to everybody. Look, I need to figure out what 272 is. I saw 2 cars next to each other earlier with the number. Oh, looks like we need to look something up, Mouse. Look at that. Oh, he just loves to be scratched. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Is this not? Oh, this is why I'm covered in animal hair. Okay, let me see if I can find my numbers books, Kelsey. I may just text it to you. I'll have Mouse text it to you. He's a good assistant. I mean, I don't pay him, but, you know, look, he's a good assistant. He's so cuddly. All right, you guys. Well, Kelsey, I'll try to text that to you, okay? I think I have your phone number because we've done appointments before, right? So I have your phone number. I'll double check. If not, I'll just email it to you. But 272. I'll look it up. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great week. I am kind of looking forward to next week because we have a new moon in Sagittarius coming up. On what? Hang on just a second. I just looked this up earlier. I just need you to sit down for 2 seconds, okay? Yeah. New moon in Sagittarius is, on the 19th. Why did I think there was a full moon in Gemini just passed? Yeah. New moon in Sagittarius is on the 19th. I'm kind of still, I'm excited about that. Oh, we've got the water trine happening. Yeah. The water trine happening with Mercury in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. This is not going to happen again for a long time because Saturn's not going to be in Pisces for like another 30 years. And Jupiter is not going to be back in Cancer for like another 13 years. So, because Jupiter is like 12 to 13 years it takes to move through all the signs. So, this is this is a big deal, this water trine that's happening on the 6th and 7th. Yeah. So it's good. It's inspiring communication. What do you think? What do you think, Mouse? I know he is a sort of snuggle bug, but he is a snuggle bug, but you know, he is he's the most feral cat that I have. He's just a little bit, he doesn't like anybody but me, and I take that as a compliment. But yeah, he doesn't like anybody. I know it. It's so sweet though. I love him. Yes, I do. He's so sweet. He is a snuggle bug. Thank you, Kelsey. All right, you guys. Carol, if you're still here, let me know. Keep me posted. If you can't reach me, drop me another comment on YouTube. We'll get this together. But yeah, lady, I gotta get you your rainbow moonstone. It's very pretty too. It's a very pretty stone. All right. Well, let me know what animals you guys come up with in your meditations. And yes, they can change day to day. They can change month to month, because we all should be evolving and changing. Every time your feelings differ, this animal could differ. I've talked to this lady for a long time about it. So it was very interesting. Yes. Oh my goodness, look at that face. He just does to be scratched. Yeah. Yeah. It's too much. It's too much. Well, I hope you guys have a great week. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye, y'all.